The liberal ladies of The View played politics even on Halloween. And this year, they used children to make their points. Watch.
One of the hugest topics that you guys talked about this year, the raid on Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate.
Yes.
Top secret documents. What did he do? He flushed them down the toilet. So we have Trump as a toilet with our FBI agents. Here we have our Dr. Oz and his crew today. We've got the broccoli and the salsa and guacamole and asparagus. Dr. Oz and his supermarket scrubs. These inflatable costumes are really popular. Costs are just going up and up and up. Wouldn't we all love some money? So we threw a bunch of money on this costume, and we have inflation.
Kaylee, I have so many issues with this because it is quite shocking, I think, and grotesque to use children as these political props to make a statement that an adult can own quite on their own. Especially disturbing, in my opinion, was the Dr. Oz one, because how presumptive that all of their viewers vote a certain way. Why would they alienate, essentially, someone who's a candidate for U.S. Senate while knowing and trying to appreciate that their audience might represent a spectrum, let alone a spectrum in Pennsylvania? Why would that not be shooting themselves in the foot in that way?
Yeah, well, it appears their audience leans very clearly in one direction, judging by the shouting Ted Cruz got last week and the expletives from the audience. I mean, how sick is this? Like, take a look at that. I mean, I did Halloween last night, and my daughter was a princess, and the debate we had before going out on the streets to trick or treat was Elsa versus Jasmine, and she kept wanting to change. And, this is what normal people do. Their kids are firefighters. Their kids are, I don't know, I saw an astronaut. This is what normal people do. Not normal people who have an obsession with Donald Trump and Dr. Oz and Republicans. This is what they do. And what a sad life that must be, that you hate someone so much. You're so seething with anger. You can't even celebrate Halloween, and just put the politics right over here.
And by the way, she looked beautiful dressed as a princess.
Thank you. I know, we glossed right over.
Gorgeous. I love that.
Yeah, and Julie, there she is.
I know.
Thank you.
I'm like, put that back up. That was so cute.
And to the point, I mean, what parents, first of all, were involved with these kids? Because if the prop aspect, does a child, especially of those ages, do they know what surveillance is? Do they know what executing a search warrant is? Do they know anything about what they are being trotted out to represent with the Trump, the toilet? That was particularly grotesque, given how complicated that is. So over the heads of these children, as Kaylee points out, that probably just wanted to be a police officer or a firefighter for Halloween.
I think it's pretty disgusting that these parents would allow their children to be marketed this way, because obviously the looks on these kids' faces does not say that they're enjoying themselves. Usually kids are smiling in their shots, like Kaylee's beautiful daughter was. She had a beautiful smile, and I'm all about potty humor, if you know me personally, even if you watch. But this is not funny. I mean, Trump in a toilet with documents and the two FBI agents is absolutely ridiculous. And this is another example of parents shoving their woke agendas down these poor innocent children's lives. Let me show you what real Halloween costumes look like. Here are my three kids. This is the three of them. One of them was dressed as a belly dancer. I'll admit I chose that one. Velociraptor. And then on the right, that's not Nancy Pelosi. That was actually my daughter Addison dressed as the Grim Reaper. But anyway,
so
that's Avery. But notice the smiles on their face. Well, you can't quite tell. Again, that's not Nancy Pelosi.
There's
Grim
a smile behind them.
And then my son Harrison.
But
this is my children that are enjoying being children. But that's the problem. These kids on The View, they were exploiting them. Exploiting them. And that's disgusting. It's bad on the producers, and shame on you, on the parents, for allowing it to happen.
And that hit such a nail on the head, David. This isn't the decision, a knee-jerk decision. This had to go through, I would say, a significant org chart to make it out to a production like that. So it meant it had to be signed off by a lot of decision makers that have somehow approved the exploitation of these children in such a grotesque manner as to politicize these poor kids.
So let me give you another perspective and all the points about what they're doing. The View is a union shop. ABC is a union shop. So these kids got paid union rates after SAG to come out and do this. And if they didn't, well, then the representative within the shop should be asking the question, did these kids get paid their day rate for coming out and doing this? So this is what they are. These kids were supposed to have been paid well for this performance as young child actors, unless it was somebody's daughter or son. And these hypocrites on The View would probably not trot their children out and put them in the spotlight. They will other people's children. So completely different perspective. Did these kids get paid? Did they get paid union rates in a union shop? And were they accorded, given all the things that come with that?
Is there no end, Tammy, to the lengths that people like those women on The View will go to make their points? Because apparently there's no limit in using children as political props.
Well, but it's actually a very small purview, right? It's not long at all. It's one thing. They're like stalkers. They're stalkers against Trump. They're stalkers against the GOP. They can't stop. So there's a pathology involved, and they clearly cannot read the room. And if you've got someone in an audience like that that's shouting at Ted Cruz, you know, you pretty much know what's going on. And I think that their audience also, there's a point where we've seen, whether it's with Herschel Walker or with Donald Trump or with others, that they now begin to seem like victims because they don't know when to stop the attackers. They don't, it becomes kind of obscene in a certain way. And then when you do use children, I can tell you the people at home, for those few who might still be tuning in, were likely not laughing. Because it's like, frankly, let me just tell you, when you are looking at 36% increase in eggs, you're not thinking about the Mar-a-Lago. You know, nobody cares about the Mar-a-Lago rate. They just don't. These are things that are crafted to try to be the event because they can't talk about reality. They can't talk about prices, the gasoline, the home heating oil. It's getting cold outside, so they do this. This is why November 8th is going to be a shock to a very few number of people, those in Hollywood and those running the Democratic Party.
That's right. If they really wanted to make a substantial point, then one of those kids should have been wearing a gas sign or an inflation sign that shows exactly what the prices are that Americans have to absorb. But unlike them, we wear our own costumes. You want to make a point? Do it yourself. Don't use a child.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.